I hit the side button by accident. Sport. Hey. What? What? Got that dog baby. Dog baby. See? What Sport say? What do you say, Sport? What Sport say? Huh? What Sport say? Dog baby. Hey. Hey, well, hey, hey, these are the last days, I'm sure, of Sport. I don't know, he got shot with a pellet and then his spleen got swollen. He ain't been eating for a week, at least. And, but we all quit eating a couple days ago. I don't think we're gonna eat anymore until Sport either gets better or we have to say goodbye to him. Well, today's September 28th. Like this is the other day I thought might have been my mom's birthday. I don't know if it was the 8th, the 12th, or the 28th. Or the 21st. But anyway, so 2025. They say by the year 2040 there's going to be 10,000 robots. Maybe like robots actually enforcing the law. With built-in cameras, with built-in weaponry, indestructible. Just think of it, they got a bunch of ICE agents that are robots going around terrorizing people. Well, you see, looking in forecasting or for prognosticating, or what do you call it? Prognosticating and forecasting the future might not be the happiest thing to do. Right now, I'm thinking about what it is to die. And like if you were waiting for an electric chair or something, like in prison on death row waiting to die, you'd have a certain kind of a feeling about, you'd know that you were waiting to die, and you have that feeling that's associated with waiting to die. And if you get a terminal disease, the doctor gives you a year to live, like it did my dad, then you got a year, and you're waiting to die, and you're counting your days down. And after you reach a certain age, you get closer, you get the feeling, like it's not that you're waiting to die like you're eager to die, but your dying day is around the bend, maybe around the next bend. So you realize that once this carriage or once this train gets around that corner, Well, that's about the end of the line. If you were Chief Geronimo and you're going into battle, like I don't know if I got all my stuff straight, my facts and everything about history, but just for, figureheads. All right. If you're Chief Geronimo going against Custer and you were outnumbered, but you were gonna give it, you were gonna fight till you dead, and you're gonna give it hell. Well, hey, and he said to his friend, "That's a good day to die." Well, it's better to be happy in anticipation than it is to be sad in anticipation. And a lot of times it has to do with your belief system. But so you always got to differentiate, and when you're thinking about other people and the suffering that they experience. Like, I mean, just think, if you were in Gaza or Ukraine or somewhere where they're having mass destruction and people are dying because of fighting. And not just fighting kind of indicates or signifies, like, two people fighting, but sometimes it's just predator victim, okay? Because there's not really much of a fight. You're outnumbered, outgunned, outwitted, outsized. Well, at that point, if you could flip the switch and just, take, take enjoyment out of giving it hell. And being proud of yourself. You're fighting to the end. Doing what's right. I don't know. I always think about fighting like I would fight him. I mean, Martin Luther King Jr., he wouldn't be the one to be, like shooting somebody or something. It wouldn't be him. It's like Mahatma Gandhi. It wouldn't be him to be violently, well, like in America, it's Second Amendment, a Second Amendment solution. It wouldn't be them, and in their fight, it would be a non-violent fight. And they're willing to sacrifice their lives for a cause, and fight. And that's how they fight, You can fight by just gathering with a bunch of other people and protesting. But in a lot of the protests, people get shot at and killed. Hasn't happened on a mass level recently, but the times are changing, and it's happened in the past before. And it'll probably happen again. You're gonna have to be knowing what it is to, in every moment, face your death. You can think about it right now, how that can make you feel. Because you can imagine how it can make you feel if you put yourself in the situation, and based on other experiences you've had where you know what it is to be sad and to lose, like I feel about sport. And, I've already expressed my anger because I know he gets shot because I've seen it on the x-ray. And I know what it is to be filled with rage. But see, the attention that I draw or that's drawn for me is, okay, I can see my own rage. Like taking a head for a tooth kind of rage. But what that does is that opens up another curtain of a show for me. another observation, an empathetic observation, a vicarious observation about what it would feel like if I was somebody else and I wasn't losing sport. I was losing my brother because he got shot. And there wasn't nothing we could do. Because we didn't have no money. And we didn't have no help. Well, you could feel abandoned. And you didn't even have a prayer. You can imagine what it'd be like if you put yourself in the situation, in the simulation. But you're imagining, but when you really actually experience it, it's something else. But look, it's a gift we've been given, is empathy. Putting yourself in another person's shoes. That's really, I guess, for this day on what could be my mom's birthday, the 28th of September. The gift of empathy. I know her birthday wasn't on the 29th. This is the last possible day for my mom's birthday. So, on this day, September 28th, if it was never another day except for this particular day right here, September 28th. Okay. All right. I have to celebrate her birthday on the 12th, and today the 28th, and I did one in between. Because I couldn't, actually, I don't really remember what the exact day is. I only have a vague recollection, which isn't that clear. I'm trying to... But, that considered, empathy, especially empathy for animals, would be my mom's gift to you. Empathy. I'm going to call this one right here Grandma's gift. And that gift would be empathy. Empathy for the dying. And empathy for the living. Brought to you by sport. Look, it's sad. It's sad what we do to each other. It's sad what we do to animals. It's sad what the things that God has given us to suffer by. Sadness is something that's obviously being analyzed in this simulation every day. Alright, but, look, in spite of it all, other people have been here as well. Everybody from Geronimo to the fellow that was falsely accused of a crime and put in prison. And then, I've seen the story how his last request was to see his dog. Say goodbye to his dog. And he was able to do that, but then they got a order, don't execute, because they found new information, and he got exonerated. See, because he really wasn't the killer. I've seen the story though. He actually, the game warden, the prison warden, who is actually a woman, gave him permission to see his dog before he was executed. Anyway, that's just a memory. But the thing is, my mom, it's her birthday, possibly, or this is the last time I'm, celebrating it because of her birthday month and everything, September. And her gift to you is empathy and love, because, I know if she's seen you. And look, I did her tape. I played her tape, part of it. And I could be, look, it's all good. All right, bye.